Hello, welcome to Spoon with Nature. We're back in the house today. We've been making a lot of hardtack lately, and so I decided I'm going to record a session of that. So today we're going to be making some hardtack, which is a really useful food that can keep well over 50 years, which is a good thing with no moisture. You got flour, salt, and water, and that's it. What we're going to do is 6 cups of flour. We're going to do a cup of water, 4 teaspoons of salt. Mix that in our dough, kind of roll it out, and then we're going to put it on a baking sheet, cookie sheet, and an oven for 375 degrees Fahrenheit for roughly 30 minutes. Pull it out, flip them over, put it back in, and then another 30 minutes and it's done. And this was important back in like the Civil War time. Hardtack was issued to every soldier, and what they would do is take a hardtack and would either dip it in their coffee and eat it after it softened up, break it up in pieces and stick it in their jaw inside the cheek and let it soften. The really rugged individuals would just eat it, which you got to applaud that. It's a whole different level. A lot of them would take the hardtack, crumble it up back in like a powder form, and then they would mix with water and make a type of pancake. So we're going to get started, and I'm just going to mix these ingredients, roll it out, cut it in shape, put it on a cookie pan. It's about as easy as it gets. Some recipes can get more in depth, add more ingredients. They have a softer version of it, which kind of defeats the purpose. But we're going to get started here. Enjoy. Okay. First up, 6 cups of flour. I cut out the middleman, went to Kroger and bought a 25-pound bag of flour for this project. I'm making hardtack for the Civil War days in Hartford City that I'm in next month. They're asking for 1,000, which is highly doable at this point. Okay, there's 4. And I chose to do this when my wife wasn't at home, because right now she would be a lot of excitement because I'm in her area, using her stuff, and doing things that, in a way that I probably shouldn't be. Oh man, there's just so many stories there. So, right now we're going to put in 6 cups of flour. We're going to put in 4 teaspoons of salt. What I like to do is put 2 into the dry mixture. And I've already measured out a cup of water. This is cold water. I'm going to put 2 teaspoons of salt into the water as well. And I wish I could give you a reason, but there is none. That's just the way I want to do it. So, 6 teaspoons of salt. We're done. Got the flour in there. I'm going to go ahead and roll up these sleeves because I can see where this is going already. This is a really hearty food. I plan on using this not just next month during the reenactment, but just something to throw in the pack. Is that it doesn't mold, it doesn't go bad. As long as you're keeping it dry, it's going to be there. So if you get some time, just do a little investigation on hardtack, because it's pretty interesting when I was reading on it. All right, at this point, we're just going to get a wooden spoon, mix up the salt and the water. A nice consistency of salty water. Now we're going to dump the water into the flour. So this is where I would get yelled at, because evidently you're not supposed to fill all your water in. But I'm old school. Like as in, I've measured stuff out. That's an accomplishment. Yeah, I think somebody lied to me. I think we're going to need more water than that. That was a cup, and it's looking pretty flat here. We'll get some more water, get this mixed up, and I'll be right back. Okay, so the adjusted recipe is 6 cups of flour, 2.5 cups of water, 4 teaspoons of salt. So you can throw away that first note that you made of writing down that recipe because it didn't work. And right now, it's kind of a flaky mess. So we're going to go ahead and begin to knead this and put it all together. So the best way to do that is dump it all on the counter. Oh yeah. Yeah, that would have been a good yellow. We're just going to start kneading this, and we're looking for a good consistency. I mean, there's plenty of moisture in here now. So, like I said, it's flaky at this point, but as we knead this, it's going to become more solid and dense. And that is one thing about the hardtack. It is a very dense cake. Okay, so we're getting this all. It's starting to take the shape of a dough ball here. This might be a good carp bait. We're going to check that out later. Something I haven't done for a while. Something we'll be doing this summer. We'll be fishing for carp. Them things put up a really good fight. I almost went out for flathead this morning. I wish I would have. But now I know. There's going to be another thing will be coming up. We'll be doing some catfishing for flathead. We got some pretty nice ones around here. Okay, right now it's really solid, and it's starting to get sticky. So I'm going to let it rest for a little bit. I'm going to knead it some more, and then roll it out, and we're going to cut it to shape at that point. So stick around. Okay, what we're going to do now is roll this into a loaf and begin to elongate it. The best technique I found to do with this is to get this in a loaf, a long loaf, set it up on my counter, roll it out, start in the middle and start rolling out, and not getting it so wide, but we're just looking for a length on this one. We'll put down a little bit of flour on the countertop. I did find out that that'll keep it from sticking, because we're about ready to roll this bad boy out. Alright, I'm going to do that. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Yeah, it's a really dense loaf right now. So we're going to stretch this out like a hot dog bun. It's just the easiest way I found to doing this. Okay, taking the roller pin. I'll go about halfway. Why not? And we're going to roll this out. Then we're going to get some flour for the roller pin, because it's already sticking. Yeah. We're going to flatten this to about a 1/4 inch thickness. We want uniform. Whatever thickness you want to go with, go for it. But the one thing you want is uniform. Yeah. Might cut that down to 2 1/4 cups of water. Yeah, get that out there. This is not something I do a lot, which is cook in the kitchen. It was a pretty ugly thing. There was an incident. Things happened. Things got said. People's feelings got hurt. And I try to forget the things she said, but sometimes I just can't. I've been banned. Alright, so we just got that rolled out. Looks like a beaver tail. Take my handy dandy pizza cutter, which has really saved me a lot of work on this. I'm going to cut that dough, that chunk off, set it aside. And then I'm going to roll some more. Just want to get it nice and even, because that's going to be important when you throw it in there and try to cook it. You get a thick one, it's going to cook different than everything else. Okay, that seems like that's pretty good. Now I'm going to take this, we're going to go about second knuckle to the tip. I saw how wide we're going to make these. That gives a good consistent size on them. This knife really makes it easy. Pizza knife. I don't even know where it came from or who invented it, but they did a really good job. Alright, now we're going back the other way, lengthwise. And these don't have to be, 100% exact measurements on every one, because you're going to get scrap pieces. It's just inevitable. But you make quite a bit of these with one, and you can make these as any size you want. I mean, that's going to depend on your use. We're handing these out as samples, so we want them small. We'll take out these little small pieces, and they're going to become add-ons later. This is what we got for the first batch. So, an important step is taking the handy dandy bamboo skewer, taking the flat end, not the pointed, we want the flat end, and you're just going to put holes in here. It's going to resemble a cracker an awful lot, which is very misleading when you eat it, because you're thinking, nice soft saltine, and then you're chipping teeth, and it's really ugly. It's a very violent thing. And hold one up here. This is what we got. See, you got your holes there. That's just going to let it bake evenly. So I'm going to go ahead and finish punching these holes, get them on the cookie sheet, and then we're going to put them in the oven. This is what we got, finished product, and it's important to get the air gap in there, that they're not touching each other. It's about like beef jerky. You want that air to move through them and around them. So just get a nice spacing in there, lots of air movement, and that's going to be what dries them out the best. So these are going in the oven, and the next step is finished product. This is really simple, real easy. It's a really easy recipe to follow. The battery went dead, sorry about that. As I was saying, this is a real simple recipe, real simple technique. There's hardly any effort involved in this. So it'd be a good skill to have. And just another thing that you can take along with you out in the woods for a nice survival food, a little backup plan. Because you never know what's going to happen. It's always good to have as many backups with you as possible. So this is just something to investigate. There's, like I said, there's tons of recipes out there. This is the one that I chose to follow. It's the easiest. There's no work, and then if you're breaking a sweat, you're doing something wrong. I need to go back and check that out. So right now they're in the oven. They're going to dry out, and I'll show you the finished product. So stay tuned. Okay, there's the finished product. You don't get a sound like that from something that's soft. These things are really easy to make, fewer ingredients. These would be good for hiking, fishing, backpacking, hunting. Put in your car emergency kit. These are 50 years, like I said, shelf life, and that's quite a while. Let's see if we can break this one. Yeah. You want to break them, put them in your cheek and let them soften up a little bit, dip them in coffee. They're a great thing to have. I plan on keeping these in my pack because you never know, you're out there and you're hungry, and you can't eat them like they are. It's going to take a little bit to do it, unless you really like paying dentist bill or you really don't like your teeth at that point. So, but they're simple, easy, and they're really cheap to make. I like easy because simple is easy and simple is good. Just remember that. I'm Gary with Spinning with Nature. Thank you for watching.